Our next guest went on a nearly 2.5-month trip across the country on a bike. Yes, she covered around 4,000 miles. And this morning we have Paige Yanity here to tell us all about her journey. And you're probably hearing, wait, Yanity? Like a Yanity that does great sports on your station? Yes, this is Mr. Pete's awesome daughter, Paige. We're glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Do you
So
just never
fun.
want to see a bicycle again?
I want to see one in about a week or two.
Yeah.
And
not
give you
tomorrow.
a week. Let's set it up. What inspired this journey and where all did you go?
My first year of college, I helped my friend Alden fundraise for this. We went to the downtown mall in Charlottesville and went on stationary bikes, and people just donated money. And it was super inspiring. I also have an architecture minor, so I got really into the affordable housing thing.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to do this one summer, so my graduation summer was the summer.
So you had to do it now.
Yeah.
I love it.
So-
Most people, you know, if they can, they'll be like, they'll go travel to Europe or do that kind of stuff. You're like, no, I'm going to travel on a bike and help bring awareness and raise money for something very important.
Where did you strike out from on the journey?
We started in Yorktown, Virginia, and ended in Astoria, Oregon.
Which kind of didn't go straight like a crow.
No.
You went up and down for 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
Well, retrack it a little bit for us. Where'd you stay? I mean,
So we stayed in community centers and churches. We slept on thermarest, and all of our stays were completely free. So we had free showers, free housing, and then most of the time free food, but sometimes we had to beg for donations. But
Yeah, because people saw what you were doing and some were like, well, this is the least I can help. Let me buy you lunch. Or...
yeah, it was awesome.
How many miles would you usually go in a day?
On average, 70.
70.
that many
Yeah,
miles.
our
That's
longest day was 108, and our shortest was 23.
amazing. And it's not all downhill.
No.
Not at all.
There were some very difficult ranges in the Appalachians, and then we went on to the Rockies and the Tetons, and those were not as difficult as the Appalachians, but
Really?
still.
Was there any place that surprised you that you were like, wow, I didn't know this looked like this? Or
Eastern Kentucky had some gorgeous national parks, and it was just all around so gorgeous, and I didn't realize how mountainous it really was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome.
Well, so in other words, the Appalachians were tougher than the Rockies. That surprises me.
Yeah, because the road structure there is built, because it was back in the 1800s when they built the roads, and so they went straight up the mountain and then straight down. Whereas the Rockies, because it's in the west, is much later road structure, so it went around the mountain,
Yeah.
which made it way easier to bike on.
Now, what kind of bike were you on?
I was on a Trek aluminum series.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to get a new bike halfway through.
What
because
happened?
I dented my frame.
Okay.
But I was the only one that had to get a new bike.
Did
so
you run into something? How do you dent a frame? I asked you if you had a flat tire, and you said no.
I crashed on a hill, but that doesn't usually happen. That
Yeah.
She's like,
that
"No,
never
no,
happened. I just got
Any
yeah.
injuries, girl? Did you like get hurt or was it just a...
I got a black eye, but that was the worst thing I had. So
You have to come away with some kind of war story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a good one. Now, is there a way that people now could help raise money or still do part of the fundraising, or was it just during that time?
yeah, you can still donate to bikeandbuild.org, and they take donations all year. But my general fundraising page, because we each have our own personal ones, it is closed. It's either closed or they're going to close at the end of this month.
But you can
So-
help with the overall cause and kind of learn a little bit more
Yeah.
about it and see why it was so passionate and important for you that you went 4,000 miles on your bike to do that.
Now,
Yeah.
Was this Habitat for Humanity? Was that the only tie-in with that?
We are affiliated with them. We also helped other local organizations. There's this one organization in St. John, Kansas called EcoDevo for Economic Development. That is a town that's been losing population every year for the past 10 years, and they're trying to revamp it. So we helped volunteer with that organization. We helped volunteer with a local organization in Berea, Kentucky to help build a ramp. So there are many organizations we work with. Habitat's probably the one we volunteer with most often.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then at the end of the trip, we each give our own grant, $250 grant, to an affordable housing organization of our choice. And then the leftover money we have that we don't spend on meals, that we get donations for instead, that our fundraising pages help raise money for, which ended up being $17,000. We each as a group decide the affordable housing organizations to donate them to.
I just wondered, was there
Fantastic.
food you missed eating for the 2 months you were gone? Is there something you really missed having?
Not really. There were so many awesome meals that were cooked for us that
Yeah.
I miss the food on the trip more right now.
I bet. You're like actually getting better on the trip than I
Yeah.
did. Thank you so much for coming by and telling us the story, and maybe that can help inspire other people along the way that's looking
Sure.
to do something good for others. Very cool, Paige.
Sure.
Love
Thanks,
it.
Paige.
Thank
Paige
you.
Yanity.
Yes.
We had her daddy on last week.
I
The Yanitys
know.
are going to rule the
We're
world
going to
here
have them
soon.
on all week. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Your Carolina.